Are you serious? Another dead banker, and also the CEO of Bitcoin Exchange is dead. Possible suicide, or was it murder? Well, there's two stories here. What is going on with all these bankers dying? But there's this push for a one world currency, which would have to be managed by a one world government, which would impose a one world system or the mark of the beast, and would have a one world religion. And you got to understand, it's all Antichrist. Now, here's what's going on. I want to thank Troy of North Carolina for this report. Yep, another dead banker, this time a senior African banker, Peter Mercara. He died. He was murdered. And this is cold-blooded murder there in Kenya. He was sitting in a parking lot waiting for a young banker from another firm to come and join him in the car when two armed men jumped in the car, put him in the back seat, and shot him in the head and killed him. Now, he was the CEO of one of the major banks in Kenya, murdered. Now, what was the reason for his murdering? Some people said, was it some kind of love triangle situation, or was there something more sinister? And not that that's not sinister to kill someone for any reason, for that matter. Or is it more of a bigger global picture? Well, the point here is the group he was with have been linked in some of the foreign exchange with some of the other financial institutions where bankers have been killed. So I got a feeling that this was a whole lot more than meets the eye here. But we'll have to continue to investigate this to find out. Now, there's another story also, and that is coming out of Singapore. I believe it's out of Singapore. This young lady right here, 28-year-old CEO of Bitcoin Exchange, died of a possible suicide. Maybe it wasn't suicide. Her name is Autumn Ratke. She was only 28 years old. Autumn Ratke, 28 years old, from Singapore, the CEO of Bitcoin Exchange in Asia. She has been found dead, according to reports, according to Tech in Asia, Singapore-based Bitcoin exchange platform First Meta. 28-year-old CEO Autumn Ratke, they first said committed suicide. Reasons unknown. But now they're saying maybe not. First Meta. When your dog is snoring, what do? You stop it. This is terrible, though, folks. Meta is a Singaporean startup company called First Meta. And it runs they had an exchange platform for virtual currencies such as Bitcoin. But the news of suicide of its CEO, Autumn Ratke, spread on Facebook and Twitter, drawing attention from the Bitcoin industry. The exact reason that may have led to the suicide or murder, and whether the police have concluded that the cause of death was suicide, is still unofficial now. First Meta has stated that an official announcement will be given by the company soon. Before joining First Meta, Autumn Ratke was the director of business developments of Xfire, a company that develops IM systems for gamers. Ratke was also the co-founder of business development at the Geodelic Systems Incorporated. Bitcoin market is fairly unstable right now, facing a wave after wave of turmoil. And so on yesterday, was one of the biggest Bitcoin exchange in history, suddenly ceased its operations as its company's CEO has been found dead. Of course, First Meta, CEO Bitcoin Exchange of Singapore, Autumn Ratke, dead at age 28, and a prominent African senior banker Peter Murkura murdered in his car in Kenya, Africa. And we continue to watch the bankers are now falling around the world. It's not just American bankers or prominent bankers worldwide from J.P. Morgan Chase, but now it is bankers, high power brokers around the world, Africa, Singapore, the United Kingdom, America, and so on. So we'll continue to manage this. We'll continue to monitor it because I know what's going to happen. This is all pointing and leading toward the one world currency, or at some point and I believe we will get a one world currency before we get a mark of the beast system. So let me tell you this. I believe there will be a market collapse at some point, and they'll quickly fix it. It will not cause catastrophic events around the world. It will create disruptions, and there will be some panicking. But they'll quickly fix it because it's going to be actually orchestrated by the New World Order, by the shadow government that's still not in power yet. But maybe they are in power, just not been announced. Okay? They're in the process of hijacking the world's governments, which is what the Bible says the beast really does. I believe there will be a one world currency before there's an implementation of a mark of the beast. You'll already be spending the one world. The beast is money. You just won't be a part of the mark of the beast system yet. That comes after you get a full implementation of a beast and an antichrist. But I feel that you will see a one world currency first. And you might actually have a one world currency for even 5 years. Who knows? I don't know. 5 months. Something before it actually is announced of the new system, which you will have to, of course, in those days, whenever that time comes, you'll have those who are on the earth will have to choose whether they're going to be a part of that system or not. And you have to renounce Christ if you are. But look for a one world currency before you ever have a mark of the beast or before you even have an antichrist. I'm telling you, they're laying the tracks everywhere you turn. The beast is laying the tracks. Before the beast can roll down the track, you got to first lay the tracks. And that's what's happening around the world. I'll be right back. We got more current world events coming out of Russia, Ukraine, just all over the world. I'll be right back. Don't miss our show today. It's going to be a powerful show, a mighty move of God, we believe. Don't miss it. All the current world events and how it relates to Bible prophecy and the end time scenario, the coming of the Lord. I'm Pastor Begley. Give your life to Jesus Christ.